Hey guys, this is Berto from Sling Paint. Some of you guys were questioning and emailing how crazy are we with Star Wars X-Wing and some of the other games we play, and also kind of like what is our gear setup and what do we use to take to like local game shops, and what kind of kits and what's holding our equipment and what have you. So I wanted to do a quick little video and kind of showcase some of the things that I use and some of my inventory. And I was actually just going through all my ships, making sure my inventory is up, because with all the new ships I've purchased with Wave 8 and what have you, I also got to do some cards and make sure I put my cards in my sleeves and make sure I take care of everything. But let me showcase you what I've got and what I use. If you guys have any questions or any ideas as far as like kits and Plano bags or cases and what you guys use, definitely leave it in the comments below. But here's a take a look. All right, so the first thing is this is what I actually use to go to the store with. So in my box here, all right, I usually have a small case. It's a small Plano case, and this one is actually what I use to go to the store with. This is actually holding all my most commonly used tokens, dice. This is my damage deck, which is the new one. I also have in here my asteroids and debris that I usually typically play with. I also have movement cards for all scum ships, and I also have some update or some rule cards in here as well. I usually just keep them in there just for reference, because there are a lot of rules in this. But this is all my dice. I use this multi 20-sided dice for when you're using one of the ships that passes a lot of focuses and what have you. And you can see all my focus tokens. They're just regular tokens. I really didn't find anything I like as far as upgrading tokens, so I kind of just kept to the traditional stuff. I also went through all the numbers and made sure I had 3 of each for up to 129. This I usually take with me. And what I do is when I play, it's a Plano case, when I play, I usually always print out my list that I'm going to play with that night. And this is actually the Baby Blue Squadron. These are actually my templates. These are Litgo templates that I purchased from, I think it was Amazon. I think it was like maybe 20 or 20, yeah, I think it was 20 bucks. Here's some more tokens. I don't have my ships in here because I'm actually, I'll show you in a sec, all my ships. I was taking inventory, but the ship list that I'm playing with was usually the Baby Blue Squadron, so you can see all the ship things for that. But I usually carry the ships, any extra stands or what have you in here. But I usually go to the store with these 2 cases, and that's it. I usually have this Plano bag. I got that from Walmart. I think it was like $30, $35. But this is all my ships. Yeah, I have a problem. I know. Yeah. So these are all my ships. There's the Baby Blue Squad right over there. And you can see that I have a lot of the same ships. And I do that because just like the Baby Blue Squad, I like to fly my ships, similar ships together. There's the Inquisitor right there, which is the new ship. The Punishing one. The Ghost back here with the little shuttle. There's the Mist Hunter. You can see the big boys in the back. And you can see some of my ships are also painted. That's some actually hand-painted that I've done myself. Here's some of the TIE Fighters and also the TIE Punisher that I painted. But I do actually have one of every ship, at least one of every ship. I also have, this is where I keep all my tiles, my dials. This is some extra stuff from new ships, from the Wave 8 stuff that I haven't opened yet. Here's some of the big templates or epic ship stuff that I keep in here. For as far as cards, so because I use the printed out list, because I hate digging for the cards and upgrades, but to kind of showcase, I sometimes purchase additional cards by themselves on eBay, but I also store all my cards in sheets. So you can see these are all the upgrade cards. You can get these sheets on eBay. I think it was like maybe 15 sheets for like maybe 10 bucks, I think it was. But these are nice for the upgrade cards. And I also keep all of my upgrade cards in a protective sheet. And I'm kind of a stickler like that. I like to keep my things nice and not get damaged. And you can see I got some custom art gunner cards I just purchased on eBay. And there's some other special cards in here as well. But when I do go to, if I go to tournaments or store championships or whatever, I usually, will break out the cards. As far as my pilot cards, same thing. You can actually look in here. They're all individually sleeved as well. But these are basically like baseball cards. This is all the scum list in here. And then I think this is actually my Rebels and my Imperials. You can see some extra stuff. Here's Poe Dameron alternate art card. You can see that, kind of a glare. But these are all the different things. Again, I keep them within individual sleeves and also in binders. I only take those out when I actually need to go to store championships. Otherwise, I do a lot of printing out because I just hate toting so much stuff to the store. As far as extra core sets, I see I have extra, I think it's like 3 different core sets I have. There's all my painting supplies and stuff. For those, some of you see my custom paint jobs that you can see here. I also do a lot of painting. Actually, my airbrush unit is back there. There's some more Imperial and Salt stuff. And you can see the new Star Wars Rebellion and what have you. But I also have a lot of the tokens up there. Also, there's extra storage of tokens. Basically, I kind of separated everything down to what I just need to take to the store or any tournaments or what have you, and just kept it real simple. Everything else I put nicely back in bags in there. I also have individual, my airbrush unit is up there as well. You can see some of my paints. There's more paints and stuff in there, and decals that I have, which I'm going to be doing some more stuff. But as far as storing my ships, I actually just use the regular old Plano cases. So these Plano cases, you can get them, I think, 10 bucks at Walmart. I just picked these up today, a bunch of these. This is actually storing my Imperial Salt stuff right now, all my figures. But I just got these for 5 bucks at Walmart. They're actually pretty nice. And sometimes I actually store my games. Like, this is all my Imperial Salt stuff, just the core set. I also store all my tokens and what have you in here instead of in the box. I like the box. The box is pretty cool, so I like to put it up. Right now it's behind me, right in there. But I'm going to put that up. I also got to open those guys up. We did an unboxing just recently, so I got to separate all the tokens for them as well. But that's pretty much what I use. Like, I use a lot of Plano cases. I don't use anything special. For the big ships, I actually keep the original packaging. So you can see all the packaging up there. So I keep all the original packaging for the big ships, the really huge ships and some of the large ships, because it was just nicer to keep it that way instead of putting it like in a box. But I do have some bigger old Plano boxes down here that I'm going to store my stuff in, the larger ships. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said, show what case what you guys use, some of the products that you guys use as far as what you use your case, what you take to the store. I'm kind of curious to, again, this is just because I was doing an inventory on everything and I wanted to set up everything. And just kind of showcase what I've used. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Remember, check out our website, slingpaint.com. Also, check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/slingpaint, Twitter /slingpaint, and also Instagram, slingpaint gaming. Thanks, guys.